Here are allegations from an alleged neighbor that had insight into what it was like at the Wells house and Summer's living conditions and some of the things that this person claims Summer was dealing with up until the time that she disappeared. Disclaimer that these are just allegations, but this neighbor would like everybody to know that it was them who called Child Protective Services. This is from July 5th, 2021. Yes, I called not only because the place was filthy. There was rats, foot-long wolf rats, and bugs. It got so bad, they were all over the damn counters. Candus just stayed on her phone and paid no attention to the kids, very rarely made dinner and gave them candy and chips for dinner, but would do fast food sometimes too. She was not depressed, just high and lazy. I would say in the past, she had short episodes with depression, but not as of late. She never bought anything for the kids, although they had money. They would spend money on booze, cigarettes, drugs, fast food, junk food, etc. They still had money in their pockets at all times. They were given clothes for the kids, etc. The kids did have the essentials needed, but not the care they needed. They played by the lake and things on weekends sometimes, which is good because Summer loved the lake, but always wanted to go to the movies and do other things which they wouldn't pay the money for. I already talked to Candus about taking her to the movies, and now I won't get the chance. And Dawn has control issues and said that the brat isn't doing anything for a while because she was restricted for a month or so. They fought about that. Dawn is as cheap as they come to. All about himself. I've heard him call his daughter a cunt before, and Candus just sits there and does nothing. Don't be fooled. I had good reason for calling on them. What kind of a man calls their daughter a cunt? I said something immediately. He said, she's my daughter, and I can leave and never come back. He uses church as a crutch. Summer loved dolls, but she wanted Hot Wheels like her brothers, which they would not buy her because she is a girl, and her brother hit her bad when she tried to play with his. Summer said they won't let me have any or won't even buy me a Barbie car because I'm a girl. She was able to do some things like her brothers, fish, etc., but they had warped views too. Don's personality depended on who he was around. If it was someone from church or someone from work or customers, etc., he was a nice guy. So was Candus. But when it came to people he encountered regularly, he was not. As I've mentioned, she liked dolls somewhat, but often wanted to play with other things. She loved Lion King, but because she is a girl, they didn't buy her Lion King stuff either. I remember them fighting, calling each other horrible names because she put dye in Summer's hair. I tried to help these kids. I really did. Oh, and someone mentioned the picture of the 3 boys in Summer holding the dog, and the boys looked better cared for. The reason they looked better cared for was because they were in school, and Summer was not in school. I was so excited about Summer starting school. She was so excited too. Summer's older brother also had some psychological and behavioral issues. Dad caught him drinking once. Just a kid. He punched him in the face, and Candus told me this, and he also lies about everything, even simple things that you don't need to lie about. He's a lot like his dad already. I haven't been sleeping. These kids need out of this home ASAP. I was only at the home once or twice a month. I would always play with Summer one-on-one with toys for about 30 minutes. She had no one to play with. We would sit down and play, and this is how I know she wasn't allowed some toys because she told me. She even offered me up some of her toys she didn't like. She said I was beautiful. Such a sweet soul. I called child services anonymously. Candus even texted me if I had called them on her, and I said no. She was asking a lot of people, and I'm sure I'm not the only one through the years who have called. If I told her the truth, then you know what would have happened. What would you say? This is the first time I've ever felt the need to call. I've seen the property on the news since I was there last, and the place looks more clean outside the property than when I was there last.